Hello, everyone. Welcome to another show by myself, Tommy Anderson, on the real Tommy Unleashed here on the IQ Podcast Network at Attorney King Studios in Coronado, California. And I want to remind everybody that if you want to watch this live, uh, tune in, like the IQ Podcast page on Facebook. It'll also be streamed on YouTube and several other platforms that we have in our information section. But I'm really happy today because we have an amazing actress with us, a celebrity, martial arts specialist, show host of Ion Entertainment, Dawna Lee Heising. And Donna, I'm so happy you're here today.
Oh, well, thank you for inviting me.
Oh yes, I mean. We've been building up for this, talking about it for a little bit now. Dawn and I are friends. We've acted together,
Hmm.
and it's a real pleasure to bring her celebrity status to my show. And you've got quite a fan base from around the world, and I think that's just fantastic. People love you. They love your character. They love what you do. So why don't you tell us what you're doing now and what you got coming up and the floor is yours, my friend.
Okay, thank you. Well, um, I am a show host. We've been doing my best friend, Dr. Rena Wolzinger, and I have been doing Ion Entertainment for 17 years now. Um, I mainly really use it now to promote the films I'm in because I am a serious actress. I mean, that's really what I want to focus on, and I have been for the last, you know, 5 years. I study at South Coast Rep with Matthew Arkin, and but I do. I'm trained in publicity, so I use the show. Um, kind of like your show, except that yours is much more advanced. you know, but I use it to promote the films that I'm in.
Sure. Yeah, and what you told me you have a new film that's coming up and going to be premiering soon.
Yes, I am so excited. I mean, so much is happening. Um, I was in the Paradise Motel with Mel Novak, and the director and the CEO is Walter Hochbruckner and his wife Vera. And they're wonderful people. I've known them for years, and they gave me this great role last summer. So we shot it last summer, and then we've been shooting scenes since then and doing ADR. And it's finally going to premiere at the Lemley Five in Encino. And I just found out this morning that the first showing is sold out. And
Wow,
so
that's amazing.
Walter is having another showing after that.
Wow. Well, you'll have
Yeah,
to
I'm
give me
really
information.
excited because I mean, I didn't expect that to happen.
Well, that's a good sign. That's a very
Well,
good
it
sign.
is, and I'm really grateful to my friends um, who are going to come.
Oh, definitely. It's the one thing in entertainment that we find out our friends are some of our biggest support systems, and it's always nice when
Hmm.
we can help one another. Example: last Thursday, you and your husband came to the red carpet that we had for my dear friend Mira Rivera's film premiere of Lizzie's Plan and Lizzie's Plan, Three Peas in a Podcast, the red carpet. You came
Yeah, it
there
was
and supported
great.
us. It was awesome. So many of our friends came, and
And you
even
know who else came? I
who's
mean,
that?
you know because you talked to him, but Thomas Lai, who's the
Right.
CEO of the Hollywood Global Film Festival, and his wife Marianne came, and I was absolutely shocked because, I mean, I didn't know that they. I mean, you must be someone special for them to turn up.
Well, thank you.
As I told you before.
I was so surprised because we were on stage doing the questions and answers about the film. my part in it, and mainly talking about Mia being the creator and producer and the catalyst behind the film. When Thomas came up after we were done and just shook my hand, and I was like, "You are here! I can't believe it!"
And Marianne was
And
taking
Marianne
a video
too.
of it.
Yes, that was so wonderful to see them there. And I have a film that we're working on, the Broken Road, in which you have a part in. I'm
Mm-hmm.
proud to say, and several members of the cast were at this event also. Kathy Garver, famous Hollywood icon,
Yes.
is going to be in the film playing with Mia Rivera. They're going to play mother and daughter. You were there. Um, it was really really exciting that night that we could all support one another.
Well, I really do want to talk about The Broken Road because I'm just very grateful and honored to be in it. I mean, it's the type of film that I want to be in. I didn't get to meet Kathy Garver that night, but I did meet John Duffy, who's
Yes.
very well known in the industry. And my husband never comes to anything. He's a certified financial planner, and
Hmm.
so usually I attend these events myself, but he wanted to come because it was at the American Legion.
Right.
And my husband is an Army veteran, a U.S. Army veteran. He's really proud of that. So he did come to Diana's birthday party because it
Hmm.
was at another veteran's place, and he couldn't
Right.
miss. And I really admire you and Mia and Diana for being veterans. I mean, I think that's amazing.
Thank you. We all belong to. Well, I don't know about Diana. I assume so. Veterans of Media and Entertainment, where we're all military veterans who are in the entertainment business in all different aspects, from acting to music to production, and uh, and we like to have as many of our members involved in our projects as we can. Um,
Hmm.
it's something we learn from being veterans about being professional, being on time, and being able to act in almost any situation, which really lends us well to the entertainment business. And we should talk about how we first met. Uh,
Well, wasn't it on the set of PTSD that
yes.
you wrote?
And
Okay.
I wrote the screenplay for a film called PTSD, A Soldier's Revenge. I was associate producer on it also. It stars Tom Sizemore, Danny Baldwin, Robert Lasordo, Ozanka Lana, uh, Dawna, and myself, Sasha Kabul. I know I'm probably missing some people, but you played my wife
Yes,
in
it
the
was
film.
amazing. I have a small role in it, but it's an important role, and um, I'm really grateful to you and Diana for putting me in the film. I got to see Robert Lasardo on the set. He's an amazing actor.
Oh, he is. He's
And
fantastic.
yeah, and I mean, I got to play your wife. I mean, what can be better than that? You
Hey, I got to play your husband.
so it was a great experience. I can't wait um, to see the show when it comes out or the film when it comes out. And I do hope that there's going to be a sequel because I
It,
didn't get killed in it. So,
yeah, yeah, that's always a good sign, right?
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but I'll tell you, it was through acting with you in that film that I thought I have to have you in my film because I saw how well and how professional you were, and I could see you in the Broken Road.
Oh,
And
thank you.
oh, you're so welcome. And
Well, one thing you were talking about, like being a veteran, gives you certain skills or certain attributes that you can bring to any business. And um, my dad came from China when he was 10 by
mhm.
himself. And he lived, I don't know if I told you this, but he lived in the back of a laundry in Brooklyn until he was 15. and then he went into the Air Force. And
Oh,
the Air Force taught him all of these computer skills. And my dad was a genius. And because of the Air Force, he got into Stanford. And when he died, I mean, he died 8 years ago, but when he died, he had 11 computer patents. And it was all due to his training from the Air Force. So he was a proud member of AMVETS
oh,
his entire life. And
wow,
that's
that's
why
a
I have such respect for veterans, because of how much they did for my dad. And
yeah.
then my husband's a veteran, and I have so many friends that are veterans. And so I'm just really excited to be with Diana, who's a veteran, and most of the people who are with her, I think, are veterans too, or in her films. But I came from a business background.
Hmm.
I started out, as you know, in millions of contests. I'm a very driven person. You
Right.
could say I'm a very obsessive person. So, like when I was going through college, um, I was like in over 100 contests, and when you do that many, you get really good at it. So I either won or placed in all of them, and then from there, I got a role on Fantasy Island as Miss Hawaii, and so
Hmm.
I my, my dad used to say I attended like every college in Orange County doing different things. Like I got an AS in chemistry from Cypress College. I'm from Orange County. I live in Huntington Beach.
Hmm.
And then I got an AA in theater arts from Fullerton College. And my teacher there was Sal Romeo. So I joined his theater company.
Sure.
And he was fantastic. I learned the Strasberg method from him. Um, but then I thought I wanted to be a dietitian. So I went up to UC Berkeley and I spent a couple of years there. And then I went to Long Beach State. I came back, and when I got the part on Fantasy Island, I won Miss San Francisco Universe. And so I was Miss Hawaii on Fantasy Island. So I didn't finish my education.
Hmm.
Um, and I started out in show business a long time ago, as you know. And when I started out, there were only the three networks
Right.
and really big projects that everybody would have heard of. Like I started out as a dancer in Blade Runner, and probably giving away my age, but anyway, I'm really proud of that. But
Yeah.
because I won that contest, I didn't finish my education. So later on, I went back to Pepperdine University. I got my bachelor's in business management and I got my MBA. And then I went into marketing and in technology companies. And I started 4 marketing departments from the ground up.
Wow.
I started the publicity departments for them, the advertising departments. I handled trade shows. I handled all of the writing, and sometimes I had help, and sometimes I didn't. With the graphics, I had a wonderful ad agency, Mark Schrimmer, who I brought into every company that I was with. And so I'm trained in public relations, and I think that's behind any success that I've had in this industry.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah.
because I'm not a publicist, I'm an actress. But because I'm trained in public relations, I do publicity for all of the films that I'm in.
Hmm.
And I pretty much know what I'm doing. And I think that's what people see when they hire me for their films, because generally people always want me back because I'm such a hard worker. Um,
Oh, sure.
and I
Sure.
give 100% to every film that I'm in. Like, I'm not a scream queen, as some people think. I mean, I never was. I'm just a really hard worker. Um, I've done a lot of horror films, um, but I've done just as many comedies. I've done just as many dramas.
Hmm.
Lately, I've done a lot of family films, which I'm really proud of. So I take acting very seriously, and I take my career very seriously, especially now.
Well, yeah, and let's face it, there is a big fan base for horror type films, and people remember you from that just because it has a big following. And I think a lot of those fans are very vocal about it. So that is how you get known in those venues.
Well, horror fans are the best in the world. I mean,
They're very loyal.
I have so many friends through Facebook of people who send me pictures or cartoons they make of
Right.
my work, or who want to interview me for the horror blogs, and it's really been amazing. It's a great industry, and I'm really proud to be in the horror industry, but um, I just don't want to be limited to being a scream queen, because
No, right. And I agree. And I could see that from PTSD, playing that role and the broken road to expand your talent. And the thing that did surprise me when we were filming PTSD that day, and the actor Robert Lasordo was there, and he came up to you and said, "I'm such a big fan of yours, and I can't believe I'm working with you on this." And I
but
thought that's a pretty good compliment coming from such
it's
a
a
named actor.
it's a huge compliment. Like, I didn't even think he would know who I was, actually, but I've been a fan of his forever. I mean, he's in everything,
I
but
know.
I don't really get to watch a lot of films because I like to watch them with my husband, and
Hmm.
you've met my husband, so he's
Right.
a certified financial planner, so it's like he doesn't. If we watch like one film a night, I'm lucky. So I don't get to see everything, but seeing Robert Lasardo in action, his intensity is incredible. Um,
Yeah, it is. It was a pure joy to see Robert perform his craft because he really gets into his character
mhm.
and gives it 110%.
Yeah,
And
and everybody on that set did, and that's what was so refreshing to see. I mean, I
right.
really, I've only been with Diana for maybe not even a year yet, but Diana has just done so much. And this is Diana Carter, my agent, manager,
Mhm. Right,
uh,
right.
publicist, my everything. She has just done wonders for my career. And I am just so grateful that I'm with her. Um, and let's ignore this.
Okay.
Oh, Dad, I don't know how to stop it.
Well, see, that's what happens when we're live.
And that's
Um,
that's not my cell. That's my regular phone. I could unplug it, but I don't know how to. I
well,
think it stopped. My cell phone, I did. I turned it off.
it's called live film. You should have seen the day when we were interviewing Kathy Garver and what went wrong, and we both said that is the pitfalls of being on live and not taped.
Yeah, well, I mean, Kathy's so famous. I'm sure she got a million calls during the interview. I'm really excited to be working with her on The Broken Road. Um,
Hmm.
I know that The Broken Road, first of all, I know that you're a great screenwriter and you've won a million awards for it. I really didn't know the plot of PTSD until I got on the set, and then you told me. But it's amazing. I mean, the story behind it. I won't say what it is, but
Hmm.
when people see this, I know that it's going to be a super hit. And The Broken Road has a great script, and it's about a soldier with PTSD also. I mean, it's a
Right.
different kind of film, but um,
Well,
that's the type of film that I really do want to be in.
yeah.
And I know, well, I mean, you've got a great producer attached, John Duffy, and then you've got a great director attached. Um, and well, I haven't met Peter yet,
But
but I know his background, and he's just amazing. Um,
right.
Luckily, he did friend me, so so I feel like I know him, but I know he likes to. He's so famous, he likes to kind of lay low. So so anyway, I'm just so honored and excited to be working on that film. That's I know, and
Mm,
I know it's a big budget film too. So I know that you're having a concert to raise funds for it, and I know that Tom and Marianne want to get involved with it, which is fantastic. I mean,
right.
they've been my friends for about a year now too, and they're amazing people.
They really are. And I just, there's some people that, we all know people that are in the entertainment business, and it's probably like, other businesses that are out there in the public arena that, people aren't all what they say they are. And then you
Hmm.
meet other people like Tom and Marianne and,
Yeah,
Peter and everybody we associate with, and you're dealing with really good people with good hearts, and that's the one thing I have to say with working so far on the Broken Road is everybody that we've been working with are good people,
hmm,
and we have this great feeling, and there's been a lot of things that have happened, I want to say, serendipitously with like Sherry Pedigo coming on to be in the film as well, and also being uh, triple platinum uh, singer songwriter from Nashville, writing songs for the film,
hmm,
and so it's really exciting that this has all come together, and we believe that we're being guided by, in our feeling, that it's God that's leading us
yeah.
to make this. And I never envisioned myself as ever being able to write a love story, which that's all I'm going to say about it. It's a drama, but it also has a romantic uh, feel to it. So, we
Yeah,
don't
I
want to say
can't
too
wait
much
to
because we
see
haven't even started
who.
shooting yet. But it's really great. I just I've got a thing here from uh, Mia Rivera, and
And Mia's great too. And like
Mia's
you said, she's
fantastic. She
playing Kathy
sent a
Garver's daughter.
question in. Yeah, she sent a question in. What do you consider your biggest break?
Um,
And not meeting me. I mean,
well, I've had a few. I mean, God has been really good to me. The first one I would say would be Gregory Hatanaka um, casting me in Samurai Cop 2 Deadly Vengeance against Tommy Wiseau.
wow.
And that was a while back, and that was, I mean, Tommy is like legendary for The Room.
Hmm.
And I didn't really know who he was. I was supposed to teach him how to use a sword, and he took me off to the side and showed me how to show him how to use the sword. And he was just amazing. He has just so much charisma. I mean, I can see why he's so
Hmm.
famous. And then, right after that is when that movie came out that about I forgot the name of it, but it won. James Franco won the Golden Globe for it. It was The Story of the Room. Anyway, so I had a small role in there, but it was with Tommy Wiseau. So I think that was really my first big break. My first big break was probably being in San Francisco Universe, and being in Fantasy Island. But then after I came back, I think that was a big break. I had a scene in Dustin Ferguson's Nemesis 5. And actually my mentor, Kia Leong, who I've known for years, and I do his publicity, and he's just been a wonderful friend. He was supposed to play my father in it, and then I think he got sick right before, so Mel Novak took over the role. But that's still one of my favorite roles. It's a part of the film, but it was my first fight on screen. And it was a really dramatic role. Thank you, Mike Reeve, for writing it. And so I think that was another breakthrough. I've been so blessed, and I've met so many wonderful people. I know I'm not remembering everything, but
it gets hard. I know when I get asked how did you get started, and it's like I can't pin it down to one thing.
And Gregory Blair. Gregory Blair gave me this fantastic, crazy role of this really crazy person named Melanie in his horror comedy Garden Party Massacre. That was a huge break for me, and thank you, Gregory, because the film has won so many awards, and it's hilarious. I mean, it's really, really funny, and Gregory is an award-winning screenwriter too. He's also an actor like you. So that was a big breakthrough for me. But another one is being cast in Bad President. And I have Robert Nico to thank for that, because I played one of Eddie Griffin's minions. I played Misery, Robert played Shame, and Justin Shankaro played Anger. And Robert's been an actor for years, and Justin Shankaro won a Golden Globe and an Oscar, I think, for Picket Fences.
Oh, okay.
So, and then
That's
working
awesome.
with Eddie Griffin was just a dream come true, and it was Perrin Gill's movie, and I hope that people will watch it. It's still on Amazon Prime. It came out at exactly the wrong time. It premiered at the Cannes Film Festival, but then COVID hit. So it was supposed to premiere in theaters, because it's really a fantastic film. It's a comedy, and it is so funny. I mean, no matter what your politics are, you'll like it.
Right.
So that was a huge break for me. And that if you look at my IMDb, that's what I'm still listing first, because even though I had a small role in it, it was with Eddie Griffin, and he's a star. He's a major star.
Yes. Well, we got another question that came in. It's, have you done any martial art movies?
First, let me say that I've been studying for 5 years. And I started out taking Tang Soo Do at a local studio. And the last couple of years, I've been training with my Kwanjang Nim Grandmaster Rick St. Clair. He's been teaching me the Joe staff and other things. But I will be the first to say that I am not great. Okay, I'm I know how to do things. I know how to do katas. But I am, I belong to the official USA Martial Arts Hall of Fame as an actress who knows
Okay.
martial arts. But I'm not a martial artist, and no, I would never say that I am great. I would never say that. But having said that, I've been very fortunate to be in international superstar JJ Stomp's films.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all martial arts films because he's fantastic and he brings in all his friends who are martial arts greats. So I did have, and um, with my films, I usually bring in a key because a
Mm-hmm.
key is an A-lister and he's one of the best actors I've ever met.
Mm-hmm.
So we both did In Three Dragon together. I was in The Boss Man, which which JJ Stomp recently did, and a key was in something else at the time, so he couldn't be in it. But so I have been in JJ Stomp. So, and those are fantastic martial arts films.
Awesome. That's pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah, I put. You know what? I put martial artist because know I do know martial arts, but if I were going to look good in a film, I would need a stunt person, or I would need my Quan Jang Nim Grandmaster Rick St. Clair to choreograph it to make me look good.
sure.
Because I wouldn't look good on my own, you know.
Well, that's
And
why we
as
have.
far as sparring, I mean, I was in a class with black belts, and it's
Mhm.
like I went in there and didn't know what I was doing. So I would have been crazy to spar with all the black belts. And it's intimidating. I mean, I was a pole dancer, and I've taken ballet my whole life, and those are completely different.
Right. Right. Exactly. It's it's like comparing me we were growing up playing hockey to figure skating.
Yeah, it is. It's completely different. And so, I've taken pictures with Rick
Hmm.
because he's wonderful. I mean, he's the one who nominated me for martial artist, model, action actress of the year, and I've got it right there on my wall.
That's
Thank
cool.
you, Grandmaster Dr. Jim Thomas, for this wonderful award. Thank you, Rick. Um, and I am just so fortunate and blessed to be part of this organization when I am not as good as everyone else in martial arts. And so I don't want anyone to think that I'm trying to misrepresent myself.
No, but they have great respect for you to do that.
I hope they do. I hope some people do.
Yeah. And we've got a question from Shar Johan in Bakersfield. Who's your greatest inspiration?
In show business or in
I
real.
would say in show business, yeah, because Shar I know is a independent film producer, so I'm sure that's
And
what.
I know she works with you.
Yeah, I've worked with Shar on projects. Yes.
Um, God, I respect so many people in the industry, and so many people have helped me. Akia Leong has helped me so much in terms of name recognition, just being friends with him,
Hmm.
because he is so famous. You may not know his name right off, but if you look him up, he started out with Frank Sinatra. So
Mm.
he is so well respected in the industry. Um, I respect you because you're a veteran and a firefighter, and now you're an artist and a screenwriter and an actor, and you're winning all these awards. So you've had just so many different
I've been
careers.
blessed too.
Yeah, and so I mean, and being a veteran, um, I respect Diana because I've just seen what she's done for my career, and she's a veteran too. I don't want to. I just respect. If I'm in 2 films with you, then I really respect you, because these days I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be very. I don't know how to say this, but I'm trying to be very picky about my roles. When I first came back, I was just taking everything, and now, being in The Broken Road, I can't, make you look bad by going and doing something crazy. I have a reputation to uphold now. So I respect everyone in the industry who I've worked with, but as far as
very kind of you.
In life, I respect my mother.
There you go.
My mother is the best person I've ever met. She has the most integrity. Everybody loves her. She always thinks about other people and not herself. She has helped me raise my kids, and we found out that she was sick this summer, and it just made me realize what's most important in life and who I'm grateful for. And I'm just thankful that my mom is doing great now.
Good. God bless her.
Yeah, so that's a long-winded answer to the question. I do want to say one thing about Paradise Motel. Because, as you know, my uncle is Tak Fujimoto, who's a legendary cinematographer. He did Silence of the Lambs, Philadelphia, and Sixth Sense. I can't disrespect my family. So, and I am a wife, a mother, and a grandmother. So I've been very careful my whole career about. I have to say I've done a lot of bad films. So, that's a big.
As we all have.
Yeah, well, it just happens. So what can I say?
Call life.
I've never done anything I'm ashamed of. I've never done nudity. With the Paradise Motel, I do have to say right off the bat, it has a shower scene, but Walter and his wife are longtime friends, and they knew that I couldn't do the things that other people can do.
Right.
So I'm completely covered up, and Joe Williamson helped a lot with getting that taken care of. I haven't seen the film yet, but that's one scene that I don't know how it looks, but like I've never done nudity. That's all I can say. Okay.
So you're putting your trust in them.
I'm putting my trust in Walter.
That says a lot.
And Walter is very trustworthy. Walter and I want to do another film together after this.
Oh, very good. Mia had another question.
The Paradise Motel is a SAG film too.
Okay.
And I do want to say I just finished a film in Indiana called The Rose Wagon.
Talk about that a little bit, please.
Well, I'm really thankful to have gotten that role. It's a SAG film, and it's a family-friendly film. And it's faith-based to a certain extent. It's about a little girl who's trying to help her dad, who is in an accident. And I'm the villain in the movie. I'm Peyton Clark's mother, and Peyton Clark is the star of the film. He plays he plays Johnny Shandor's father. So, and he used to be in Disney films, on TV in Disney things, on Nickelodeon, I think. So, anyway, he's a great actor. But I'm kind of the villain of the film, but I still love my family. And I'm doing what I think is right, even though it may not really be right. Okay.
Okay.
So, but because she is the villain of the film, I had some scenes where I really got to stretch. And I've always played evil people. Like even with Crazy Melanie, I wasn't, it's like I was crazy. I was trying to mess things up. And,
Yeah.
I've played demons and witches and all of this stuff. I've always played evil people and I love it. But this time it had to be nuanced, and I haven't seen the film yet, but I'm hoping that comes through. And it's a role that I'm really proud to have done.
Awesome.
And it's Sandy Slavin is the author of The Rose Wagon.
Yes, very nice. I'm looking forward to seeing it someday also. Mia was asking again, what are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to being in The Broken Road. I'm looking forward to hopefully attending the concert. It's going to be amazing. I'm looking forward to Tom and Marianne's next event, which is going to be music-based. I'm looking forward to seeing PTSD, A Soldier's Revenge. I'm looking forward to playing Sam in Christopher Gaytrost's Live, Laugh, Die. I'm really looking forward to playing Sunny in Teresa Warwick's Recipes for Love with Daniel Baldwin.
Oh,
and
awesome.
That's another thing that Diana got for me. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to playing Layla Jane Veronica in Dante D'Anthony's The Magnificent Warriors of Dimension War 1, which is going to be an animated sci-fi thriller. But it's got, if you look it up on IMDb, it's got so many stars. It's got Ai Ling, Daniel Baldwin, Tom Sizemore, Gigi Edgley. I know I'm forgetting people, but it's just got so many people.
Very cool.
I'm really grateful to Dante and to Diana for casting me in that film. And because of that, I've been publicizing Dante's earlier film from 2015 called The Derelict. And that has won so many awards. I'm really amazed, and it's going to win a lot more. I was telling you, Tommy, it's like every day I get up and it's like Christmas since I became a gold member of Film Freeway. Because I get all these emails from people who want me to put a film into these festivals. And luckily, I did this fantastic music video called Black City Nights. And it's just won everything that I put it into.
That's awesome.
It's really beautiful. And The Derelict has won tons of things. I'm even putting Ion Entertainment in on my episode with Aki Leon, because and I did that years ago, but it turned out so great that Aki's doing a documentary on his life now, and he's going to use that interview. So
that's very cool.
I'm using
very
that.
Nice.
But this year, I have so many things coming out. I do want to talk about a film that we just finished. Well, first of all, let me talk about a music video that I just did with Alan Wagner. I did a short video with him maybe 3 years ago called Rickman's Cobs. And it was so funny that it got like 1 million views around the world on Facebook. And I mean, it's like I had all these people from the UK asking me to be on their shows. And like I told you, I don't mind interviewing people, but I get so nervous being on shows. I mean, luckily you're my friend, but
You're
like
doing great.
beforehand, I mean, it's just, I don't like to put myself through that torture,
Yeah.
to be honest. So I like being behind the scenes. I know that, I mean, it seems like I'm out there publicizing myself everywhere, but I really do work on publicity behind the scenes for myself and my friends.
Right.
So
Right.
anyway, Rickman's Cobb's has won a bunch of awards, but I just did this new music video with him called Cancel My Wife. And it is going to be so funny. I'm not going to give it away, but I played this rapper's wife. And so he's trying to cancel me because he thinks that I'm messing around on him. But I mean, this rapper was so, I mean, he's a real rapper, and he was so good looking and so young. I'm looking at him and I'm going, I mean, he's my husband, but it's going to be funny. I mean,
Good.
and I just can't wait till everyone sees it. I don't know if anyone saw my picture with the Green Man, so you can see that it's a comedy. So I do want to mention that that's coming out, and I'm definitely going to put that into film festivals.
Good.
And I have another one I want to talk about called Down and Out in Vampire Hills. And we just finished it. We've been filming it since last year, since the beginning of last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I am so lucky to live in Huntington Beach near my best friend, Dr. Rena Wolzinger, who is my final pro professor at Golden West College.
Mm-hmm.
And she's also a musician. She's part of the Grammy committee, and she's working on the West Coast studio for Jay-Z. Now she's the CTO or COO in a virtual reality company. I don't really understand it, but she's a genius. I mean, that's why she's Dr. Rena Wolzinger.
That's cool.
So anyway, I'm grateful that she can spend time with me on my show, but she can't spend as much time as she used to because she's always had a full-time job, but this is a full-time job she loves because it's augmented reality and all of that type of stuff that she understands and I don't. So that's why I'm not doing. Well, also, it's because I'm an actress. So I'm not doing a lot of interviews now because I'm an actress. But anyway, she is a fantastic editor. I mean, she does it professionally. Through her husband is an American Airlines pilot named Keith Wolzinger. And he's the guy who threw Alec Baldwin off the plane years ago. I don't know if anyone saw that Saturday Night Live skit where Daniel Baldwin was making fun of himself, and the captain had a handlebar mustache. Well, that was Rena's husband.
Oh, okay.
And Keith goes on CNN whenever there's an airline disaster to talk about what happened, and because he's an expert at that.
Sure.
But through Keith, I met Craig Railsback. Now, Craig is an American Airlines pilot, but he's also Steve Railsback's nephew. And Steve Railsback played Manson. I mean, he's a star.
Right.
Okay, and Craig is trained in film. He has his own film studio. He has every piece of high-end equipment that you can imagine because he does it for a living as well as being an American Airlines pilot. He does commercials. So because I'm friends with Rena and Craig, they shot Dark Classics for me, which was my Lady Macbeth monologue. They shot Fireside Classics for me, which was when I played Hamlet, and that's a part of Tony Mardone's The Witches of the Sands, and Tony wrote it. So thank you, Tony. So they shot that for me, and I've won awards for both of them because they're so talented.
Wow.
And so we got together at the beginning of the quarantine to do this small film called Down and Out in Vampire Hills. But we all have so many friends, nothing turns out small. So Rena's sister is Dr. Heather, I think it's Joseph Witham. Heather, I'm sorry Heather used to be on Mythbusters.
Oh, okay.
She's a professor and she's an expert on vampires. And she's, she used to be on Mythbusters, so she's huge. And she doesn't usually get involved in our projects, but she did come on board and she wrote the script for Down and Out in Vampire Hills. And that's why it's turned out to be so fantastic. I mean, that's not the only reason. It's because of Craig and Rena, too. But, I mean, my friends Ken May and LeJean Stewart, Deborah Dutch, Walter Hochbruckner and his wife guest in it. And we've shot so many scenes because we had the time to do it.
Sure.
And because we've been shooting for a year now. We just finished it last Sunday. And it turned out so much better than any of us could have dreamed. It's still a short film, but I'm expecting it to win tons of awards. And I can't wait. I think I need to talk to Craig about the strategy that he wants to follow. What I really want to do is find maybe a big film festival where it can be shown at. But, it needs to be finished first. But I'm going to have a much bigger publicity push than I originally envisioned because it has turned out so great.
Well, that's great. We're getting close to the end of the show here, Dawna. So I got one more question that came in from Sarah Morga. And we've got about, I'd say, 5 minutes left. If you were an animal, what animal would you be? And what one word describes you?
Well, I would say the word is probably maybe it's driven. I'm very driven. But also another thing I could say is I'm very obsessive. I'm very education oriented. I'm very, I think driven. Very driven. I mean, it's like my husband comes home. He's a certified financial planner, as I told you, but he also brought out flavored Alka-Seltzer for Bayer and the Healthy Choice food line for ConAgra. So he doesn't get home till late. And when he comes home, I'm still working on whatever I'm working on. Just like when I was a VP of marketing in technology companies. I mean, I'm not getting paid for what I do, but I still have all this work to do. I just don't know. I don't know where I find it all.
Yeah.
And that's probably why everything I work on gets publicized so much. But so anyway, I'm driven. I'm success oriented. That's 2 words. And if I were an animal, I love cats. I would be a cat, but I would think I would be more like a jaguar or a cheetah, just because I've been around so long that I know what to watch for now, and I know I will. Another thing I can say about myself is I'm positive. I do believe that if you surround yourself with positive people and positive ions, that your life goes smoothly. And if you block people who bring in negativity, it can only be good. So I
Yes.
try to do that, but you can't always do that, because in this industry, you sometimes have to be nice to people who are not nice to you.
Right.
No,
That's
um,
that's true in life in general sometimes.
well, yeah, it was like that in business, but not quite to the extent, that it is here.
Yeah.
Especially the higher you go, the more successful you are, the more people target you, I've discovered.
Yeah,
And I
that's
hope
true.
that is, because I want to be way more successful. So I hope that isn't true in the long run. So I would say, which one is more stealthy?
I
A
think the
cheetah or a
Jaguar is
jaguar?
Jaguar, I would say.
Okay, so I would say I'm a jaguar. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
beware if you are trying to do something to me.
I could see that. Okay,
But
now
I
if
have tons of friends who protect me, like you, like Diana, like Joe. It's like if people are mean to me, believe me, people don't take that lightly. I have lots of friends.
yes. How can our viewers and your fans find more information about you or follow you? Do you have a website or
My website is DawnaLeeHeising.me.
okay.
Um, you can see all my videos up there, and you can see I've been working so much I haven't had time to update it, but you can see my videos and my pictures on there.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, I'm under Dawna Lee Heising. I'm almost at 5,000, so I'm going to have to go through and just because I make friends every day, so I'm going to have to lower that. But really, I'm not on it for my family or anything. I'm just on it for the business. So I'm under Dawna Lee Heising.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on Instagram under Dawna Lee Heising, and I use Instagram a lot because as you know, I don't understand it, but it's so easy if you just have pictures. I don't understand Twitter at all, but I'm on there under Dawna Lee Heising. And then I've got 17 years of shows on YouTube under Ion Entertainment, and that's EYEON Entertainment, all one word.
Okay.
I
Oh,
think
awesome.
that's it.
Okay, that sounds great. I think we're just getting to the time where we have to leave,
God, that
and
went fast.
it does. It does. This was one of my funner or more enjoyable programs, and we could listen to each other all day. I love listening to you and your
Oh, thank you.
enthusiasm and what you have done, and
Oh, I also did the narration for your Temecula film too.
oh, that's right. Yes, I did a short film to enter
Yeah,
into the Temecula Film Festival, and you did the voiceover for me.
yeah,
That's
and
right.
you're one of my best friends now, so I'm doing as much publicity as I can for you.
And
and,
I
and I know I'm going to see you again too, so I'm not sad that
oh
the
no,
interview's
you bet.
over.
And we just got a message in now, right? We're about to sign off. It says, "Thank you for this podcast, Tommy and Donna. You are inspiring."
Oh, how nice, and thank you very much.
Yeah, that's very very nice. So I'm going to have to close now because we're right at the end of our time, and I want to just thank everybody for tuning in today to meet and get to see my fabulous guest, Dawna Lee Heising, who I'm so happy we could have on the show today and answer some of your questions on that, and watch for her in upcoming films. Go find some of her films that she's been on. If you're familiar with IMDb, go on there and you can see the different programs and that she's been in. And
And you
it's
can
it.
see the trailers to the films next to the
Yes,
poster because I just figured out how to do that because I'm a publicist on IMDb, even though I'm not really a publicist.
yes, yes, and thank you for helping me out on that too.
Yeah, and I have another one I need to do for you, but you need to tell me what it is.
Okay, I will. Don't worry.
Okay.
But thanks everybody for being here today and listening in here at the real Tommy Unleashed here on the IQ Podcast Network from the Attorney King Studios on Coronado Island. I want to thank our sponsors, Attorney King, Sacan Casino and Resort, IB Fitness, and Nikki Rottens. So thanks everybody, and we will see you on my next show, which we'll see what we can do. I don't know if I can top this one, but I'm going to sure try. Bye, Dawna.
Okay, bye everybody, and thank you for
Okay,
tuning
bye
in.
everybody. Stay safe. God bless.